How to make laziness work for you. They told you that laziness is a weakness. You should stop being lazy. You should stop being a bum. But in reality, laziness is a signal. It's your brain telling you that there's a smarter way to get to the same result without putting in as much effort. So here's how to turn laziness into your profitable advantage, okay? Step one, identify what you hate doing, okay? And bonus, is exactly what you want to automate, okay? If you want to, if you hate doing something, there's a reason for it. It drains your energy, it wastes your time, and you don't want to do it. It's the most inefficient way to spend your energy. You have a limited amount of energy, a limited amount of important resources in your brain that you can use toward your business every day. And if you're spending it in something that you hate doing, you are wasting that resource. And furthermore, when you're doing something that you hate, it drains more than it actually helped create and inspire. So, this become a task, it become a chore. And these tasks and chore can be automated. So instead of forcing yourself to be disciplined and just grind it out, wasting your energy on the thing that you hate, try to automate it. So this is what you would essentially build your system around. A lot of people hate doing cold calling. They hate doing door knockings. They hate doing uh, cleaning and stuff like that. That's why they have these services that go in and get things done for them. So if you were to find something you hate doing, automate it or find a way to solve it where you don't have to actually do the work, you can essentially sell that thing as well. Because if that's something that you hate doing, someone someone else will also hate doing. So it's a way for you to make profit or use it as leverage to even further improve your business. So a couple of things I had in mind is just if you hate cold calling, you can automate it. If you hate following up, you can automate it. If you hate prospecting, you can automate it, build funnels and stuff like that. So laziness really expose what your business is inefficient in, and it create a space for you to improve, okay? So that's the first step, and identifying what you hate doing. Step two, replace your grind with design, okay? The lazy person doesn't want to suffer from success. And that's really a smart because success isn't about pain. It's about the process. It's about what you essentially end up doing for either the rest of your life or every day. Success is come from a series of consistent improvement every single day. It doesn't come from one big decision. Some of you might say, oh, say like, oh, Warren Buffett or something like that. He made do that one big decision into buying Coca-Cola. No, that decision is from years and years of dedicated effort into learning the stock, learning the market, learning the movement, making a bunch of failed stock, all of that before he make that collective decision of buying Coca-Cola. So it's not about how much pain you can take on to essentially, I will make the one decision that would change my life. It's the process, it's how much you can put in. So design your workflow so that you can use it forever because you want to have it working for you forever. So just design it in a way that it will work for you. Okay? So this is why like the smartest entrepreneur aren't working more, they're designing more. Think of like Elon Musk. Think of hire an entrepreneur. They think of like Bill Gates when he started. He didn't start out grinding 24/7. Yes, he did, but I mean like yes, he might have spent a lot of days working on something, but it is the thing that he actually liked doing. There isn't an entrepreneur out there who actually succeed from just consistently pounding away at doing the thing that they hate doing because at when that happened, when they're like 20 or like 40 doing that thing every day, they'll burn out really, really quick. And business is a endurance game. It's how long you can stay in the game and keep it working. So as long as you're doing something that you actually like, that will take you further than just grinding it out and hoping that something will work, okay? Like I said, every automation, every system, every sequence of is a lazy decision. It's like a decision to be more efficient to create your freedom later on, okay? So step 3. This is super, super important. This is what I would recommend you to take out of this. If you were to just say, okay, if I can take out one thing in this video, what would it be? This is it, okay? Master the minimum effective dose, the 80/20 principle, okay? So you don't need to overwork to outperform. You need to do the right thing at the right intensity, the bare minimum. So think of like a scientist, okay? Not like a soldier. So how would a scientist approach solving a problem? He would need to test out a bunch of hypotheses, okay? He would find ways that he can test out his hypothesis on the bare minimum. So, for example, if he was testing out how to make batteries, for example, he would find a small batch of metals or something and make the smallest batteries he can and test it in the smallest thing that he can that he can still track. So that's the bare minimum. Always do the bare minimum and not do it like a soldier, okay? You don't need to train harder, you don't need to fight harder, and just keep pushing at that wall. What important is if you can just do the bare minimum every day at the right intensity, you'll yield the same result. That's the 80/20%, 80/20 rules. 20% of the effort will yield 80% of the result. So you just keep doing the 20% every single day, then you'll consistently get the 80%, no matter how much people work. So if they surpass the bare minimum and they keep working, realistically, they're draining their resources to make maybe 10%, 20% improvement. Just get the bare minimum of the 20% to get 80% result, okay? So instead of asking how can I do more, ask how can I make this one move count 10 times more, or how can I make this more efficient? So I'm just gonna close this up, okay? That's the 3 step that you can take to turn your laziness into efficiency. And if there's one thing that you can take out of this, just make sure it's the 80/20 rule. And that's going to be the most important thing in your whole business journey to make it more efficient. So again, laziness isn't your enemy. It's essentially your compass. It point to you what you shouldn't be doing manually. Follow it, and you'll stop working hard and start actually working smarter, okay? So if you are a business broker, tired of grinding every day for new leads, stop forcing your hustle. Start building your system. So inside my auto seller generation course, I'll show you how to automatically get seller and automatic your client acquisition so that your laziness, you can just go in your office, click one button, and you can get a call coming in every day so you can actually make more money without working more. But other than that, just check the link down below. And that later.